We're going to officially call the July 2020 CABREW meeting to order. Glad everybody could make it. Again, it's another month of a virtual meeting just because of the state mandates, and hopefully we'll get that squared away before too long. And we probably all ought to go ahead and check in online somehow that you're attending a virtual CABREW meeting if you want to. Guess we don't have any visitors, but we do have some out-of-towners in the meeting. But we could go around. Anybody who's brewed since last time, where's the raise your hand feature, Brad?
If you go to the participant window, there's a little ellipsis in the bottom right-hand corner. Click that and choose raise hand, and then we'll just go down the list.
Yeah, if you've brewed since the last meeting, just raise your hand and we will go down and we can see who's brewed and what's been going on.
All right, we'll start with Jared first.
All right, I'm unmuted, right? Okay.
Yep.
So, down cake, New England IPA. So it's cold crashing. It looks very good. It almost looks like cherry limeade because the hops and the cherries. But that's how that goes. So, and the lager that I showed on Brewfather, I guess the last meeting, it is kegged and conditioned, and it's great also. But I think I brewed that before last. So.
Was that Salisbury?
Tell me, no.
All right, well, that's it for me.
Nice. How about Jay? I see Jay's got his hand raised.
Yep. Like we were talking about earlier, I did the chicken scratch, and that's cold crashing right now. So probably keg that this weekend, and also going to be brewing the wit recipe this weekend as well.
Oh, good.
Okay, I didn't catch that. What's the chicken scratch all about?
We, and there's still time to do it, Rick. We've got a club showcase. We've got 3 recipes at Brewers Depot. There's a wit, there's an APA, and then there's a chicken scratch beer, which is it's just a blonde ale, but it has a little bit of chicken scratch in it. And it's a tribute to one of the old members, one of the original members that the club brewed 10 years ago. But we're going to hopefully next month somehow, somewhere, get together and sample the beers everybody's made. So, Rick, there's time to go down and get you a kit.
Great.
Next up, Dan Colley.
Yeah, I brewed the wit. It's right now. I just put it in the cooler. Just finished my last keg, so it's going in tonight. It should be hopefully cold enough tomorrow to see how it came out. Pretty straightforward brew.
What yeast did he give with the wit? Do you remember?
I think it's S33, I believe.
It was green package. I think it was 33.
Okay.
Next up, Jeff Supak.
Like Jay, I brewed the chicken scratch beer last weekend.
Did you guys have any problems with the corn?
Nah, I took Jay's advice when he brewed, and I did mine the day before and cooked it down for a couple hours. Yeah, but like Jay said, you got to keep adding water and just kind of stay on top of it.
Okay. Next up, Michael Quillen.
Hey, I made ordinary bitter this past weekend, and it's in fermenting, and a Maybach that I'm drinking right now.
Like a good Maybach.
Nice.
Richard Conley.
I did a red ale with Kvik, Voss Kvik, about 2 weeks ago, and it's in a keg now. I'm letting it sit for a couple of weeks, let it settle.
Cool. Chris. Chris. I saw him get up just a minute.
There we go. I did a West Coast IPA, and I did chicken scratch too. And I do the corn different. I tried to do it at a protein rest and doing different rests with it. I got a good flavor out of it though. So I bottled it. When did I bottle it? Saturday. And going into the bottle, it tasted really good. So, and it had some nice carbonation even just going into the bottle. So that was interesting.
Nice.
Next up, Steven.
Hey, so like Jared, we split the batch of the pineapple IPA. That was 2 weeks ago. Quebec fermented, and it was done in I think 2.5 days or so.
Yeah.
So mine's in the keg and cold. I haven't tried it yet. It's still carving up. So it's odd when carving takes longer than the whole fermentation process. But I brewed that 2 weeks ago. And then July 4th, I brewed an American wheat for that CBM deal. So we'll see how it turns out. The yeast I got from Brian's Brew Barn, and it was 6 months and 2 weeks old. Make a starter, and after about 36 hours of no fermentation, I just pitched SO5, some washed SO5 that I had, and it was in 12 hours it was foaming up. So it will be a blend of yeast.
Take me back to the yeast that stalled out. That was
Y yeast 1010. It was November. It was December. Was it December? It was like December 30th or so. It was the manufacture date. So it was like 6 months and 2 weeks old. I did not make a starter, but it was a pretty low gravity beer. But after 36 hours or so, I hadn't seen anything, got nervous, and just pitched 05. Some previously washed 05 that I had.
Yeah, nice.
So we'll see. It for like a 1047 beer, it blew off the airlock. So we'll see.
Ooh, cool. Next up, John Mervine.
Hey, a couple weeks ago, I kicked off too. I did the APA kit that I picked up from Larry, and just kegged that Sunday. And a couple days after I brewed that one, I also did my own wit, which I also have kegged up. So those are keg conditions. Actually, I just kind of tapped those last night, and I'm sipping on my wit right now, which is a little mild, but not bad. It'll be drinkable. The APA came out about 6 for the ABV, and my wit's really low. It's like 3.
Did anybody else brew that I haven't called on?
Oh, I got a, side comment. Roxana did kombucha.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dorothy's
So,
been wanting to get into that.
Yeah, it was kind of odd. She had the Scooby, all the sanitation that we're used to. She's like, oh, you don't do that. I'm like, what? So, yeah, it looked kind of weird. It looked like something that you would have in your fridge that has oil separated on the top that floats, like in a liquid, or something that congeals. And, she made that yesterday, and we'll see how that turns out. So try it out.
Cool.
Nice.
This is Jay Shaw. I did a triple about a month ago, and that's in a keg and just kind of lagering in the keezer. And then I guess about 2 weeks ago now, I did a Czech Pilsner, which will be my first lager beer attempt. So
cool.
Nice.
What yeast did you use for the Czech Pilsner?
I used the SAF lager, what was it, 3470 or something, or
Purple Pack?
I believe it's a purple pack.
Yeah, I used 2 of those in my lager, and it turned out good. So awesome.
Sitting there at 58 degrees in the fancy new fermentation chamber. So
Nice. I did not brew since the last meeting, unfortunately, but I do have I take it back. I've got the APA kit and the chicken scratch kit, and I'm brewing at least one of them this weekend. I don't know which, but I'll probably go ahead and do the chicken scratch, even though I've got an APA on tap of the house that's about to kick. I don't know. I might do them both this weekend. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, anybody else?
Well, question
Yeah.
for you.
I have a question
Sorry,
too.
Jimmy had one.
Jimmy had an IPA. Hey. Yeah, I brewed last weekend. I ran out of beer, so I had to brew something quick. And I actually used that S33 dry yeast. I've read that could make a decent New England IPA. I've never tried, so I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
New Belgium IPA.
New Belgium IPA, and of course, I put a shot of bread in there as well, just to spice things up a bit.
It just slipped in.
It just kind of slipped in.
Oh, nice. Glad everybody.
I have a question. I don't know. I think Jared might have had one too. So for chicken scratch, I picked up that recipe kit. I was planning on making it this weekend, or give or take. What do y'all think about just put the corn in a pressure cooker for like an hour and a half? You think that'll be equivalent to like 3.5 hours of boiling?
I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I've never used a pressure cooker, but yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea.
I think it'll work.
And I don't know if the starch converts in the corn different than grain. That's the thing I'd be curious to know whether you get it.
The water.
Oh yeah. Steven, we did that with the rice and the lager. We actually did the exact same thing. We put it in our Instapot and made a goop, and we put that in the mash.
Goop in the mash. Okay, I'm gonna take note of that.
You made a goop.
Yep.
I used fresh rice for a recipe because they were out of rice for a cream ale I made a couple months back. Definitely came out a whole lot lighter, but.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. And I might try that too. The Instant Pot, I think, is a great idea. I might just do that.
Make your own goop.
Yeah.
Goop.
We can move on along.
Steve,
you have anything you'd like to report as treasurer?
Yeah, I got an email from our AHA insurance company there a couple of days ago. So, first step of the process is to send them an updated members roster. So I'll send that out to them. And then once they have that, they send us the official quote. It's just based on the number of people that are members. So yeah, with that coming up in a couple of weeks, should be a couple $100. So.
Yeah. Okay.
That's about it.
All right. Richard, communications, you have anything you'd like to bring up?
I have absolutely nothing.
And that's okay. Yeah, and I don't know that we've been that connected with our members through this whole thing. I think everybody's got their own stuff going on, but we're doing fine. It's I think everybody's, I think once we're able to meet in person, I think that's going to make a big difference again. But anyway, we can keep on moving on. Hop Farm, Steve?
I haven't been there for the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to defer to Jeff. Last time I saw it, things were looking good, but Jeff? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Steve. So you're reporting live from a different time zone?
No, I'm back in. Got in late last night.
Nice.
Jeff, here he is.
Yeah. Sorry, my internet's acting up, I think. Yeah, Hop Farm's looking good. We've done some maintenance here and there. Last night we had hops actually on the vines, which is awesome to see.
Awesome.
And decent sized one. So that kind of sprung up all of a sudden. So that was awesome to see. And a lot of still potential ones to come. A lot of little buds everywhere. So, we're not going to have what we had this time that we had last year, but they're looking good. I mean, I'm excited to really see what's going to happen with them next year.
That was a great looking picture you posted.
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can post it on here for anybody who wants to see it. But yeah, I mean, they're looking good. I'm impressed.
Jeff, quick question for you. Did we see any difference once I brought the manure out? Do I need to bring some the next trip, next Wednesday?
I mean, I think they're looking strong. They're not. Go ahead and bring some out.
Okay.
And we'll eyeball it. I have to look at the photos again. It's not like every vine's. I mean, they're looking good. I don't think there's a cluster or a plot that's like looking horrible. Like everything that we planted is growing. We haven't trimmed back a lot. It's still just kind of running wild right now, just to let it grow and do its thing. But weeding's looking good, and they're looking strong. Good dark leaves.
Good. That's what
I
I
believe
wanted.
Jared had a question.
Yeah, I'll wait for Jeff to finish up. I had a question about the whole commoners chicken scratch and all those recipes when he's finished.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a hop question.
Yeah.
I kind of have a hop question.
Yeah.
Instead of carrying horse manure to the hop farm, Steve, have you considered riding the horse to the farm to make the deposit themselves instead of getting gasoline and cars involved?
That's good. Keep your carbon footprint low, please.
Yeah, lowers carbon footprint.
I don't ride anymore, so I'd have to get my wife to do it. I don't know if she wants to ride that far on the road.
Yeah.
So it's easier
an
for me
idea.
to just bring it after the fact, once it's been through the horse one time.
Okay.
I will tell you that the ones that I transplanted in my garden, both the Chinook and the Nugget are just taking off like crazy. And for some reason, the Cascade is looking really anemic. And I don't know why that is. I'm not sure if it's not getting the water that the others are getting, because it's sort of in the middle and it's sort of not getting direct the way the other two are, or the fact that I had those, I transplanted them multiple times to get them to that permanent position. So I'd be curious to see how they're doing out there so I can gauge the ones I've got at home. And just FYI, I'll throw it out. If anybody wants hop plants at this point, I've still got plenty of those. I'll dig them straight out of the ground for you, the ones that are doing well. And I can provide anyone who wants a good hop plant with an exceptional hop plant.
Okay, Steve, bring one out couple out next Wednesday. I'll be there.
What kind?
I love Cascade if you have it, or take your pick. Doesn't matter.
Okay. I've got Chinook coming out the eyeballs. I'm going to have to actually dig up my wife's garden.
Okay.
And pulling them all out and replant it next year, because it is literally taking over her garden. It has completely covered her arbor, and it is literally going down the other side and now coming out in my yard.
So you have to take some photos of that. Yeah.
Chinook sounds good. I'll take that if you don't mind.
And it might be a good idea, Steve, to post that on the members only page to offer for extra plants.
Now that I'm back, I'll do that.
Okay.
Do the eyeballs come with the Chinook?
The what balls?
You said the eyeballs is coming out like eyeballs. Does that come with the Chinook too?
Well, I'm glad everything's going good out there. So we'll and I really do think next year is going to be a bumper crop more than likely, based on what's been done this year. So pretty excited about that. We can move on to competition. Art's there, but Art's not on video. And Art and David, both of you, bottom left of your screen is a little video button with a line going through it if you want to.
Hello.
Oh, there's Art.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, doing well. Getting ready to grab a beer and make some updates on competitions and toast to you guys.
Do you have anything you'd like to report to the club about the competition status?
Yeah, so US Open is sitting at 102 entries to date, and the cap is 140. I checked that 2 minutes ago. So still a little bit of room to enter, and the categories are limited. But if you hit that link that I posted to members, the members only page, it'll take you right to the CBM US Open page. And I mean, with a quick scroll, you'll see all the categories that they're accepting entries, and it's all Pro-Am. So if you win, you brew with a brewer at a brewery. It's really exciting.
I was curious because they do have limited categories. What if because they had like American wheat, and they had German wheat, and this and that. What if they have like 60 entries in one category? Now, what if they had limits on each individual category?
I don't know. Tom, are you on, or Jay, or anybody that's been to a CBM meeting? Have you guys vetted that question?
No, I didn't make last month's or this month's CBM meeting, so I really don't know.
Okay. Don't have the answer, but I will certainly hit up Richard and run that down for you. Okay.
Oh, I was just curious. It doesn't matter. I was just curious.
It does matter, President. Don't talk like that.
Yeah, I'd like that answer by lunchtime tomorrow, Art.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's not going to get done. You know that.
You guys need to get the word action item in there somewhere.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Anything else, Art?
Nope, that's it for now. I will say I've been checking it periodically, and I haven't posted anything, waiting for just sort of seeing how it plays out. But I will, when we get down to like 30 left, I'll probably just start spamming until everyone says enough's enough, Art. We don't care if there's 20 slots left, just to try to get as many CABREW entries in.
Hey, you never know. I entered one.
Nice.
Did anybody else enter in the U.S. Open besides me and Steven?
Yes, I did. But if anybody else did, please feel free to jump in.
Art, do you have any update on who's ahead in the CABREW competition so far this year?
I do not.
Oh, I was curious.
But I owe that for you for next meeting. Sorry for not having that done yet.
I happen to have those standings right here if you would like me to share.
Oh, I would.
Coming in first, we have, who's this? Oh, Steve Probst with 13 points for the year.
That's all we need to know.
Yeah, we're done.
I'm milking this for as long as I can.
What I would like to point out, second place, Art Tucker,
Okay,
9 points.
Woo, let's go.
You're 4 points away from tying.
Who is?
Art.
I think I'm going to catch him in the U.S. Open. I've got a tasty Vienna lager recipe that I plan on employing.
Well, Art, you're tied for second with Mark Moreau. Both of you have 9 points.
When is the deadline for that? Like, I'm wondering if I've got enough time to throw a log.
Oh, you got plenty of time, brother.
I think it's April, August 27th or something. It's a good way to
Yeah.
put it.
Yep, that's right.
So, anyway, well, I'm glad to see they opened it up. I was just real surprised that it didn't fill up like they did last year. How, they'd fill up in 24 or 48 hours. I was really surprised that it didn't fill up, but, I don't know why that is.
We have some theories, and I think it's the limited categories. I mean, if there was only 8 or 10 categories versus 36, and I mean, that's what I think it is.
Yeah, and talking to Jimmy, there's no stout categories, so he's pretty bummed about that, aren't you, Jimmy?
I am.
There's no Belgian representation. I'm hurt.
Exactly.
It's like, I'm out. Mic drop.
Oh, well. Thank you, Art. Do you have anything else?
Nope, that's it.
I have another theory if you guys are interested.
Okay.
So because it's a pro-am and each brewery pick their style, I'm curious if they have Belgians and stouts. They've got those on lock, but they're looking to add something a little different than what they're typically looking for, something
That's
like a little
valid.
flair.
Totally valid.
So if they're not good at style X, they may say, let's look for some X beers. That's what I think. That's what I think triggered this. So maybe they're looking to
Totally valid.
yeah, that's what I think. They're picking their style based on what where they think they might be lacking. A theory?
Tune in next week for Steven's crazy theories.
Y'all want to talk about 5G real quick?
I've got that on the agenda in a little while.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Perfect.
Do we need to circle back around and pick up Jared's question?
Sure. Jared had a question about the chicken scratch. Was that it?
No, so yeah, well, chicken scratch and all the beers that Larry has. So if I were to pick up a kit, does he have a running tally of what everybody has picked up? Or because I'll get something that everyone hasn't done. So if there's one wit been picked up, I'll probably pick that up. But I've already heard 3 or 4 chicken scratch beers.
I spoke to Larry today. I picked up one more bottle for the swap, and it sounded like the majority was the chicken scratch. It sounded like maybe 1 or 2 of the other 2 styles were picked. But yeah, definitely more chicken scratch than the other 2.
When I went last weekend, he said he had sold, I think, 1 wit kit. So I think wit would probably be the one that hasn't been picked as much. I've got a wit and a Heffy on tap at the house now, so I don't need another one. But
I think I might do a wit.
I know at least 2 of us are doing the wet, and I only know of 1 APA.
That's John, right? John did the APA.
Yeah.
I did an APA.
Okay. So
Yeah, I did the wet, so
I'm
more
pinging
than-
Larry right now. I'll try to get numbers for you guys.
No, that's fine. Because I think I'll probably get a kit. When are we actually planning on? I don't mean to jump ahead of that, but
we haven't really determined yet. I would really like for us to try and get together in some capacity if it's not going to be a huge group, and try and socially distance as well as we can, and try next month sometime if we can. I just don't know that we can.
Okay.
Limit the size of the meeting.
All right.
And,
this month, you said?
Sorry.
What's that?
Did you say this month? I'm having trouble hearing you guys.
August.
August. Okay. Sorry.
I think that's what we said, was to do them in August.
Yeah,
All right.
what we were kind of shooting for, ideally.
Okay. Well, thank you.
And is Larry supposed to be keeping an official log, or should we report that in to someone?
Well, I mean, he sells the kits, so he knows how many he's sold. He told me a couple weeks ago, but I forgot.
Let's
Don't know if it's been said yet or not, but nice shirt, Brad.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody noticed. 30 of you assholes around here, and 1 guy noticed. Thanks, Art.
Well, I noticed, but my mom said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. I noticed. I thought it was
Brad. Good shirt.
Well, now it's too late. Too late. Don't be throwing them in late.
Yeah, moving on down the line, equipment. Don't really have anything to say for equipment, but if anybody's having a party and needs a jockey box, I've got them at my house. Stephen and I have not begun the assembly process for our new club jockey box yet. I still would like to do that as a public, hey, let's all get our hands involved and make the jockey box, but we probably need to give it a little more time before we were shooting for having that jockey box ready for NCHI, but I think the heat's turned down a little bit on that. But other than that,
I've still got some pieces coming in.
Did all the parts come in, guys?
No, I've got to order the extra stuff from the second place. I got delayed on that, but I've got the cart already ready. I've got half of the stuff, and the cold plate is out in the garage. It's half of it's here. Half of it's here.
So do you guys want the unofficial count of kits sold?
Yeah,
sure.
2 wit, 4 pale ale, and about 7 corn.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Seems a bit low. That's off the top of his head. He doesn't remember exactly.
Pale ale is a category for the U.S. Open, so I hope we have 4 co-brewers entering pale ales.
That'd be a good way to double use that batch.
Yeah, good call.
Use it for
Good
the
call there.
Pro-Am, use it for our little feature.
Okay.
Hey, when are these due?
I thought it was like late August, but I might be wrong.
Wait, are we asking about the Pro-Am, Patrick, or the internal club?
The first the internal.
We don't know. We're next month sometime in August. We're gonna.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we? What about next month before the monthly meeting? Is that too soon?
That's fine. I was just asking because mine's done. I wasn't too happy with it, but it is drinkable, but I don't think it's shareable. So I can redo it again and be ready for Pro-Am and the internal.
Yeah.
That's what I was checking.
Yeah, we really haven't, and we'll talk about the officers meeting next week. We hadn't really set a time or figured out how to share the recipe showcase.
Okay.
I really would like to try and do it in person somewhere if we can. It may be that we could go to Red Hill and socially distance up there and just have like a side meeting, just having the recipes that we share. I don't know. We'll work that out. We'll get it there.
Let me ask this. Is there a way that we could use the farm for a meeting?
I don't see why not. The only issue is just the fact that it'd be dark at some point.
Right. But it is social distancing at its best out there. And
I've got some spotlights we can use.
yeah, I mean, it's just an option I figure I'd throw out, and we can discuss it next week and let this meeting move on. I got the answers I needed.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. We'll figure it out, but we're not gonna do the recipe showcase exchange until August. That's
Not a problem.
Right now. So, and
Okay,
all
cool.
of them should be fine to go another month.
Hey, Patrick, to answer your question though, the Pro-Am entries are due. The window opens August the 17th and closes August the 28th.
Is that online registering is already there, correct?
Yes, sir. Members only.
Okay.
If you hit that link, it's the second bullet the third bullet, excuse me, under the list of categories. And then there's another link below that with drop-off locations.
All right.
Drop-off location.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, we will move along. Next is recruitment and education. Jared and Stephen, do you want to do your presentation now?
Hang on, please.
If you guys are ready, we can do it now. I don't know if Jared wants to jump into recruitment first and what efforts have been done. I don't think there's many updates there, but I've got the video queued up here.
No, we can go ahead and do that.
Hey there.
Yeah, Steven, we can do the video. That's fine.
Sweet. Jared recruited. That's all we need to know.
Okay.
Okay. How do you want me to do this, Brad?
I'm assuming you're going to share your screen.
Oh, I thought I had to. It says you've got it disabled for me.
Hold on. Yeah, I forgot. I got a special do that. Share screen, advanced sharing options. Oh, all participants. There we go. Okay, you should be good. Let me grab some beer real quick. I'll be right back.
Anybody know if Brewfather's working currently?
Probably not.
Like the program's not working for you?
It had an update today, I saw.
There we go.
Are you sure it was Father and not Smith? Are they both update? Are they the same person?
There we go. I'm in finally. I was going to show you guys something for the education for the just the firm chart for that after you're done, Steven.
My video, our video is like 8 minutes, so everybody probably should get a beer. Can we say that? Can you tell people to do that?
Yeah, I guess if we could take, we're going to take a 60-second intermission.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
When we get back, I'm going to share my. When we get back, I'm going to share my beer.
We have a presentation from Jared and Stephen, a finely crafted video event that you're just going to learn a lot from. Oh, and it's getting close. So I'm going to go grab a beer and I will be right back.
You did it.
There you go.
There we go. I just hope the sound plays through.
Yeah, that's the problem we had today in a online IT security meeting. They couldn't figure it out. Hey, where did all this stuff go?
For the open competition, do you have to be a you got to be a AHA member?
I will verify. Usually, you don't. It's just the big competition, national competition. Got to be AHA. I'm looking there.
Is everybody back from their beer break? Looks like everybody but Patrick's back. I would say if you wanted to start your presentation, I'd say go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure that you guys can hear me or hear the video. Let me know if you don't hear any sound. You guys hear sound? Can you see it?
I don't hear any sound.
No.
See it.
No sound.
All right,
No
well,
video
let's-
movement. It's like a still
Copy.
shot.
Well, let's see. Microphone, same as system. All right, I'm gonna try this. Can you hear it?
Turn it up.
Barely.
Very
All right.
faint.
All right, I'm gonna turn it up. All right, so you could hear it. I'm just gonna turn it up. Here. Shut this door so I don't disturb everybody.
Wow, you're going to go 90? Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Put it on 11. Put it on 11.
All right. Here we go.
I'm not hearing it. It's
Yeah.
No.
Nothing?
Commentary. We need commentary.
we can hear it in the background, but it's really, really faint.
You've got
Okay,
an
I'm
option.
gonna. Here we
Hey,
go. Here we go. I just found it. Share computer sound.
Right.
All right, y'all. I'll try this.
This is the heart of our. Okay, today we're planning to clean a couple kegs, a couple carboys, and walk through that process and how we do it. We've got a sump pump here, a carboy brush, a couple different posts, a carboy drying piece, and a bucket. This is the heart of our pump cleaning system. This is the submersible pump available at most any hardware stores. The outlet of this pump is a 3/4 garden hose. What I've got is a garden hose to 3/4 adapter. This is a 3/4 threaded T, along with adapters and bushings to get to a 1/2 inch friction pipe.
Hey, while we're waiting for that to come up, I had a question in the chat.
This is for the stem of our system. Out the left side here, I've got bushings and adapters down to a 1/4 inch brass barb. That barb goes to a piece of beer line, which goes to another barb, and then the ball lock quick disconnect. So this is the heart of the pump cleaning system. So the primary part of our system, second to the pump, is the bucket. So what we'll plan to do is fill this bucket with water, and we will place this pump inside. So it's a submersible pump. It's going to be underwater. What we've got here, we're going to clean a carboy first. This is for a keg, so we're just going to put that in there and not worry about it. That will just be in the water. I've got my power cord here, and this is a drilled lid. So this is a gasketed lid for this spare bucket. I've got a notch here so this cord can come out, but that slips right over the post. Put the cord through this notch, and once this is filled with water, it will be able to pump up vertically through this. As I mentioned, we were going to clean a carboy first, so I'm using this drying rack, and I'm going to place it over the bucket. And just on top of that, we will place the carboy. Okay, so we will be using PBW powder brewery wash to clean the inside of this carboy. A couple of things to point out. It's got some instructions here for to clean and place fermenters. It talks about having a water temperature between 100 and 160 degrees. Additionally, on this plastic carboy, it says not to exceed 140 degrees. So I've got some water anywhere between 100 and 140 would work. I'm going to shoot for somewhere in the target middle. I've got water here that's about 127 degrees. I've got 1 gallon measured out, so I'm going to pour the 1 gallon into our bucket directly onto our submersible pump. It's got use here 3/4 ounces per gallon. I'm just going to eyeball it a little bit. I know it won't take much. Sprinkle it right in there. I'm not going to worry about it mixing because it will mix during the cleaning cycle with the submersible pump. Okay, now that we've got our cleaning solution in place, we're going to go ahead and do the assembly just one more time. Get my lid on. Carboy piece, and place the carboy on there. Now we've got our cleaning solution, we've got the mechanical assembly all set up, and this carboy is ready to clean. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. I don't have a fancy switch, so I'm just connecting it here. The water's coming up, it's cleaning the inside of the carboy, and it's flowing right back into the bucket. So it's been about 15 minutes. We're going to kill the power on the pump. Take a look at it, and this carboy wasn't too dirty, but as you can see, all of the crossing that would have been built up is gone now. So we've got a pretty clean carboy. It's still warm, but it does need to be rinsed in hot water. So we're going to take the cleaning solution out, replace it with hot water, and then get this one rinsed up. Okay, so this is a keg that I finished just a couple weeks ago. Haven't done anything with it. It's just been sitting outside of the kegerator. We're going to bleed the pressure off of it. I'm going to go ahead and rinse the outside. Got a little bit of dust from the garage there. All right, sounds like all the pressure is out. Pull the lid, and as you can see inside, it's not very clean. The first thing I'm going to do is rinse this. So just with hose water, I'm going to spin it around, spray down the sides, and just get the bulk of the yeast and anything else that's in there gone. The second, get off the top, just to get the bulk gone. And if you look inside, there's some gunk there. There's some gunk down near that dent. That's my goal is to get that off without having to scrub. You could use a carboy brush like I had earlier, but we are going to use the pump. Okay, so we'll be switching from the carboy to cleaning a keg. I've fished out the T portion here with the ball lock quick disconnect. I'm going to push that through this odd shaped hole in the lid that I've made. Pull it through. Here, get the lid on. I'm going to connect this to the beer out portion. So when we clean the body of the keg through this piece, we'll also be shooting cleaning solution through the dip tube of the liquid side. I'm not worried about the gas side because it's a shorter tube and there'll be enough liquid floating around in here to get that clean. So I'll take it and turn it upside down onto the cleaner, fish all the extra hose through here, and have that fit just like that. Same deal here, just plug it up and let her go. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. We cut the pump off. I'm gonna go ahead and check this. Still foamy, I can see the steam. I mean, this is a very, very warm keg. Take a look in there. Whew. There's some suds. Yeah, but as you can see, it's quite clean inside. Okay, so we've had this sitting on there about a half hour now. Most of it is pretty clean, but there's still some stubborn, stuck-on pieces that we need to address. So, you know, don't feel bad. You know, you can use a brush or a full overnight soak in warm PBW water if necessary. But this got most of the high spots out. I wish I hadn't left the keg sit for so long, or else it would have been clean. But that's the process. So we're going to go through with the remainder of the fermenters we have here. The baby keg, I do want to point out, that's a 2.5 gallon keg. So I've got this long piece, and this shorter one is what I use for that small keg. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to change it out, get that keg going, and then just keep this process rolling. Okay, so taking a look inside of our bucket here, this really isn't too bad. So this is our cleaning solution after we've run through a couple kegs in that Carboy. Most of them, you know, if you rinse them beforehand, won't be too dirty. This is about typical. One thing I do want to point out is we're done cleaning now. We're going to change out this water, our PBW solution. We'll change it out for hot water, the same temperature as the solution, and rinse everything. And as soon as we've rinsed everything, it is ready for sanitizing. So we clean with hot PBW solution. We will rinse with hot water, and then we'll use room temperature sanitizer to sanitize everything, cap it, and it'll be ready to go for the next brew.
Nice.
That's it.
I like it.
Well done, Stephen.
Good job.
But don't forget to praise the cameraman.
Yeah. Good angles. Good angles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Good editing. Yeah.
You did a good job. Definitely. Y'all did good.
Publish that on YouTube, man.
Yeah, I'd like to.
We'll see.
I'd like to get the parts list for that.
Yeah, I'll text that to you in about 6 months.
Hey, Steven?
Yeah.
One question. So I really like that whole setup. My only question is do you know the water pressure difference when you're doing the keg setup because you only have one ball valve? Meaning, if you had a second ball valve above the other one, you could shut off the water that you would use for the Carboy and force more water pressure through the outline of your keg. Does that make sense?
You mean cap off the straight piece and only keep the T?
Right, but have that option that you can use both or one at a time. But by doing that, it allows you to like force more pressure down one line versus splitting that same pressure between two.
I mean, you certainly could, but I haven't felt this necessary. I mean, I made that little plastic hose long enough to where I can connect it to the keg without the keg being upside down, so the keg can sit upright. I can do it. When I put the quick disconnect, put my hand over the straight vertical piece, I mean, it shoots plenty of water. It shoots plenty of water out. I mean, it's
okay. All right.
That pump is some stupid amount of GPM, so it's fine.
Okay, well, cool. That's nice, man. Good job.
I'll see if I can get you the parts list, Chris, for what I did.
Yeah, that was nice, Stephen. Good job. Yeah, and if anybody has any questions, yeah, Stephen will have it all posted online in 6 months or so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can move on along. NCHI is next on the agenda. I'm sure everybody's seen the announcements, but Brad, would you like to discuss NCHI?
Yes, NCHI is off for 2020. It breaks my heart to do that, but it's the safe, sensible choice. Every beer event is being canceled practically, and it just doesn't make sense for ours to go on just because we want it to. You know, from a health and safety standpoint, we pretty much have to cancel it. And the governor hasn't allowed gatherings the size of our gathering yet. And I don't know if he will allow 200 people to gather before October. And because this event takes, months to put on, we have to make the decision now. We can't wait until October 1st and
We don't
just
want to be
have it
scrambling.
happen.
Yeah. We'll be scrambling to get something together.
Right. And I don't want to put it on half-ass. People expect a
No.
good quality event, and I'm not going to put on a half-ass event. So we just had to call it. It's the right move. As much as I hate doing it, it's the right move.
Yeah. And
Any
God
questions
knows,
on that from anybody?
it being at Tim's, I don't even know if he probably wouldn't have been comfortable with it anyway.
Tim and I have been talking for the past 2 months, talking about what ifs, talking about, what it might look like, would we do full masks and temperature checks and separation or not? We've been talking about a lot of things. So Tim's completely on board with everything I've just said.
Good.
And, so again, questions on anybody, from anybody?
I don't have any questions, and I just want to reiterate too. Nobody wanted NCHI to happen more than Brad and I, and Tim too. Tim was on. And Tim loves having it up there, even though it's a huge hassle for him. He loves helping putting it on, but there's no good reason for us to have it other than just we just feel like we have to do it, but it's not a smart decision, and it wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be a safe decision. So we're doing the right thing, and we're going to try and hopefully we'll be able to have groups, and we'll figure something out, just a party in place of it or something. But we'll cross that bridge when we go to it. But it's sad, but next year it's going to be even better. And I'm growing my beard. And Stephen, this is a shout out to you. I'm not shaving until NCHI 2021.
Nice. Jared, I saw a question there.
That's wild. Go for it.
So unrelated
Maybe,
to NCHI.
You can get one of Jay's Harleys and do your beard like to the side. You know how you split it down the middle?
I'll do that.
That's what you need to do.
Hold on, Jared. Art, do you have an NCHI question?
I do. So you may have posted it somewhere, but had we already had clubs sign up for 2020, A, and B, do those clubs get automatically signed up for 2021?
Yes. The way I do the invites is the invite list goes out first priority to everybody who came last year. They get a chance to get on board. And then once that cutoff date passes, then I start looking at new clubs and inviting new clubs. And the number is 15. That's the max number of clubs we can handle. And this year we were going to hit 15. But I'm sure that when this goes up for next year, we're not going to have any problems hitting 15 again.
Cool.
Jared?
So going back to education, we did the one video, just a poll for you guys verbally, and then we can officially make one if you guys would like. Are there other videos that you guys are interested in seeing? Like for example, this first time I ever did yeast washing. So I actually captured my yeast from a batch. That's pretty simple, and I'm sure you can see that anywhere else, but are there videos that you guys are interested in that you would like to see or learn more about? Because I'm willing to do a little bit of research and try and put something together, whether that be a PowerPoint or even like a small video like Stephen and I did for the keg washing.
I mean, since you mentioned it, the yeast washing, yeah, I'm highly interested just to see what that process is like. But yeah, I would just second that one.
Yeah, I agree. I think anything you guys would be interested in putting together would be great. But yeah, yeast washing is one that I think everybody who hasn't done it before would like to see.
Okay.
It's a good way to save money.
I got a question. I would like to see the yeast washing too, but isn't there a process once you've collected it that you've got to go through with the yeast, like preparing it so it's completely clean before you reuse it again?
Well, see, I'm not completely sure. So what stemmed this is when Steven and I brewed, he brought over some washed yeast.
Right.
That he basically brought back to life. I'm like, wow, this is awesome, and that yeast did really, really well.
Okay. So yeah, let's do it. I'm interested in seeing it because I've only heard other ways and I've just never done it myself. So heck yeah, third.
Basically just decant off the liquid and make a starter with what you have collected in the jar.
Yeah, because once you pull the yeast off your beer, it's already sterile. As long as you put it in a sterile jar, it's good to go.
So basically pour sugar water on it?
No, it'll have a little bit of wort in it, and just like Jimmy's got right there, it's got some wort from your beer in there.
Yeah, let me show you guys. I got a whole laptop, so bear with me. So I pitched 2 packs of that lager yeast, right? Let's see.
Yeah, and Chris has some recent experience too, repitching yeast.
Yeah.
So it's like a gallon big. You see how the lid was separated?
Why? No, I'm wanting to learn more about it myself and kind of what it entails, but that's something I think I could make like a quick video on there.
Well, one of the reasons why I asked about rinsing it is because I've worked with a brewer before that used to do that, and his beer started failing because he wasn't rinsing it. And it was going in bad all the time. So, I mean, he would pull it off and stick it in the fridge and put it in a jar, but by the time he got to use it, it was bad, and he didn't realize it, and it was making all his beers terrible.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story, though.
About the rinsing process, because I've heard that, but show us what you got, Jared. Do a video. I think it'd be great.
All right, how about that?
Brad.
I'll try to get that for next month, and we'll see what that looks like.
Okay, thanks.
Barry, you had something to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Steve, you probably remember Josh Davis used to be in the group. I used to watch him brew a bunch and went over to his house and helped him. And I seen him pitch a wort right on the secondary before, and his beer always tasted great. So go figure, that wasn't any washing at all on that.
Yeah, if you can totally do that after knockout, chill, rack right on top of a cake. That's
and then it would start bubbling with like 60 minutes,
Yeah, before you leave. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that yeast is alive. There's no dormancy with that.
That's right.
So I think, Jared, you've got your answer. I think that'd be a great thing to look into.
I shouldn't have mentioned that one. I should have made you guys pull some. But yeah,
I threw one in the chat.
Oh, did you?
So yeah, I don't know. Like I like to see what everybody else does as far as kind of cleaning their beer line. So often they're doing that on their Keyser kegerators.
Oh yeah, the correct answer is no one's doing it enough, and we all do it differently.
So since you mentioned that, so we just brewed that lager, right? And I kegged it, of course, and put it in my Keyser downstairs. The first pull was wonderful. Second pull, I was like, God, this tastes awful. I hooked up my picnic tab. It tasted completely different. And right then I knew I am not cleaning my beer lines enough.
Yeah. So that's
a good one. I'd vote for that one too.
That'd be a good one to do also.
All right.
We can keep.
I don't want to tell you guys this, and Brad's very well aware. My method involves a double dong. I just hope we're all prepared for that.
So, yeah. All right. I got
There's no correlation to the odd-shaped hole on my keg washer thing.
Right. And it's a stainless double dong.
Only the best.
So this. It's not a authorization to Google stainless steel double dong. You won't be happy with what you come out. What
The
you're out.
question, does it bend?
But we can keep moving on.
Hey, Brad,
Yeah.
real quick. This week has been pretty funny. I got an email 5 days ago that said my Beersmith license was going to expire. And then I got one 4 days ago, then 3 days ago, and then every day. And then I got one today that said it expired. Like it's a day old expired. So
Yeah.
he's like desperately wanting me to re-up the Beersmith license.
Yeah.
So
Or
this-
you'll get one also that says it expired 3 days ago because I just got that one.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the double dong that Stephen was talking about. This lets you connect two ball lock connectors together. It's got a couple holes in it that are straight pass through, and I have a couple of them.
Search for ball lock connector, ball lock jumper. Do not search double dong.
This is my other double dong for connecting a pair of cam locks.
Cam. Move.
Oh man, Brad's got the gamut.
The cam. Yeah.
We're
All
gonna
right,
keep
ball
moving
lock
on.
dongs.
Properly labeled.
Cam, short for
There you
cam.
go.
Right? Yep. Double dong.
Double dong box.
Moving on.
Moving on, please, for the love of God, move on.
Jeff is our fundraising chair. Don't think we have any fundraising events going on right at the moment, but do you have anything you'd like to share with the club?
Not at the moment. Just the other project working on. I don't know if we're ready to announce that one yet, but something's in the works. But we'll announce that probably next month. Or once I get more details and once it's planned out a little bit more, we'll announce it then. But something's in the works.
Is it another flagpole?
No.
And what he's talking about, there is something in the works. It's going to be a pretty exciting thing to raise some money, hopefully for NCHI and help offset some costs. And seems like it's going to be pretty good once we get the details worked out of it. So
for sure.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. That being said, I don't have any other new business. There's no events upcoming, not a single event upcoming other than the U.S. Open. I think that Tree Brewing is going to be opening up. I think they said like the 20-something of this month.
24th or the end of the
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody wants to try and go down there to see those guys, but I think they're doing like a soft opening on. I think he's right the 24th. That's the only other new business that I have is just the fact that we've got a new brewery opening in Lincolnton. Fritz and John Brinsfield are opening it up. So, does anybody have anything they'd like to bring up before the club?
I do, real quick. If anybody needs books, I got books. This is my copy, but we did get this back in the library as well. So, if anybody needs a book, let me know.
Library of the Traveling Plants.
Yeah, Jeff, if we want to borrow books.
Or wait,
how
Michael
do we
Quillen
get
has
to
a
them?
question.
There you go.
Yeah. Two questions. So Jeff, if we want a book, how do we get to them? Just send you a instant message and say, hey, we're looking for this and arrange it?
Yeah, if I haven't quite figured out like the logistics of it. So far, I've been bringing some out to Hop Farm for anybody that's interested who comes out there. So I try to make that a point just so everybody knows, hey, if you're interested in something, I can bring it out or hunt it out in the library. But yeah, if you're interested in it, I need to post a more recent list. I know there's a list on Facebook under files, and for the most part, that list is up to date. I checked through it, and everything is up to date. We might be missing one book, but yeah, it kind of comes down to just message me and we'll figure out the logistics. We'll get it figured out. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
There was a couple comments about shirts, CABREW shirts.
Where were these comments?
They're in the chat.
One for
so,
me. And they're in the
Michael
chat.
Quillen wants one for his daughter. David would like a shirt.
Yeah, and I want to clarify. He asked for a Cabers shirt. We don't have those in stock anymore.
That's why we can't have nice things.
I can give you all the small shirts you want.
Things.
Jay has some shirts.
Right.
Jay has a few shirts, I think, but Ford has a few shirts. I asked him a while back and didn't seem to have an updated inventory of his shirts, but I'll reach out to. So Mike's looking for a shirt. Do you know what size, Michael?
That's a terribly bad question for me to ever ask.
I know.
But I will find out.
We'll get her.
I'd be looking for a large one.
No. Just say Brewers medium. That means extra large. Okay.
Okay. I'll look into. I'll do this. I will check with Ford to see what his inventory is. I think Jay has. Oh yeah, Jay has some of the old. Oh, those are awesome.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's old school there.
Those are
man.
Yeah,
I have all the smalls you want.
Well, so Mike wants one for his daughter, depending on how old she is. Size, whatever.
I might take a small. I think I could fit into the small slim fit.
Jeff, I'm trying to read that.
Hold on.
Jay's magically pulling the shirts out of the bench at Red Hill.
There you go.
So what size is that, Jay? Oh, that's really old school.
Yeah, small.
What I had.
Right. That was your small.
The
Brad.
smalls make great dog shirts.
Yeah.
But I will check with Ford. And I will see. And David, if you will, what size you might want. I'll check with Ford and see what he has, and I can post it on the members only site.
This one's actually an extra large.
Ooh.
Very good, Mike.
Yeah, that was
now.
That was
I got an extra large if you want it.
Claim it now.
So
I got 2 XLs actually. I got 2 of them.
Awesome.
How much are they?
You might want a XL because they tend to run small.
Jay, can you send me an inventory of what you have?
Yeah, I can do that.
And then
how much? 25?
I gotta look. I don't remember.
I think they were 20. I think.
Yeah, hold on. I got it right here. I can look it up.
But I can check with Ford and see what his inventory is, and we can put them together, and I can post it on the members only if anybody needs a shirt.
Okay. Yeah, we had them listed for $20.
Okay.
I'd be interested in getting one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Is there anything anybody else would like to bring up before we close out the regular meeting?
At some time when we do the education part, I've never kegged. I'd love to see a demo on, and I missed it when we talked about it before. I think Stephen had done it. Had done a demo about pressurized transfer, but a demo on kegging would be great. And then if things ever change, and we can actually be together, I'd like to see it in person and do it.
I'd second that one, yeah.
All right, we'll take that down as a note. Did we video the pressure transfer that day? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I think we did.
No, I don't think we did. But I'm taking some notes here. So another thing that I think would be good to have around is we're planning to do it this year until everything went into the pooper. was to have these hosted demos. And part of those hosted demos is, okay, well, we're going to have a brew day, have 3 people come out, 4 people, 5 people, whatever. And say, okay, well, if somebody wanted to see keg that day, we would make it a point to have that available so that you could see something like that in person. So the beefing up the YouTube channel idea kind of came about because we weren't doing these demos anymore in person. So part of we do hope at some point in the future to be able to do things live.
I put a link into the chat in Zoom. That might be a link to our CABREW educational demo channel, which has whatever we got so far.
Yeah, I went to email it to you at my computer. Like, I don't know. I'm telling you, man, I got potato internet. I'm gonna get it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, one other thing, real quick. Somebody just posted in the chat about stickers. I have a ton of them. So if you want one, they're $2. I think that's what we had on our price list, $2. So let me know.
Yeah, I need a couple. So.
Look at Jay marketing. Wow.
Nice.
Damn. Always be selling.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Anybody have anything else they'd like to bring up before we go to our virtual tasting? Well, I'm going to move that we close the regular portion of the meeting. And Brad, you can stop recording, and we can take a minute to kind of assemble ourselves, and whoever got beers from Brewers Depot can get them out, and we'll have a virtual taste test here. So if everybody wants to take a minute, are we not recording, Brian?
Nope, I was waiting for your final moment of wisdom.
See, it just dawned on me that that we had to have final words of wisdom. So, like all the signs say, live, love, laugh. You need to live like we're almost out of 2020. You need to love like I love this beer, and laugh just like I don't know.
Nobody's looking.
But just live like.
All right. See.